Boys and girls, today our reading target is I can discuss rhyme, rhythm, repetition, and alliteration in a variety of poems. So today we are going to do a practice poem where you're going to answer some questions that are going to be kind of like the test that you're going to take in a few days. So today's kind of like a review or practice day. That way when we take our test, our summative on Wednesday, we're ready for that, okay? So just to review, rhyme are words that sound the same at the end. Repetition are words that you keep hearing over and over again. Words, lines, or stanzas might repeat. Alliteration is repeating the same sound at the beginning of words. We've seen a lot of poems with alliteration where they have the same sound at the beginning. That shows us that that's alliteration. And we might see it with two words in a row, or we might see it all across the poem. Okay, alliteration can be just a few words that sound the same at the beginning that are next to each other, or it can be, all over the poem. And rhythm is the movement marked by regular repetition of sounds that help the poem flow better as we read it. Stanzas are a group of lines, and we've gotten better at that. And the lines are just the individual lines that we see when we read. Mood is the overall feeling of a piece of literature, how the poet makes us feel when we read it, or when we're writing. We might feel a certain way when we're writing these poems. Creating mental images in our mind when we write or read. That way we're able to understand the poem better. And the theme or the topic of the poem is very important. That way we understand what we're reading and writing. And the theme might have a message or a lesson that you can apply to your own life. All of those elements make up poetry. So today's kind of just like a practice day, like I said. On the next slide, I have the beginning of the poem. And I just have the title and the first line, and I have the rest hidden on there. What I want you to do is I want you to listen to the title and the first line. I want you to make a prediction about what you think the rest of the poem is going to be about, and you're going to write it on your paper. So, like, for example, here's a picture of the slide. The title is Turkey Tom. It says, Tom tumbled off the turkey truck. When you hear that, you should be able to be creating a mental image and coming up with a prediction of what you think that poem's going to be about. And I don't want you to go on to the next slide until you come up with the prediction. And we're going to see if we were right with our prediction, okay? And remember, a prediction is just what we think it's going to be about. If you're wrong, that's okay. We're just predicting. So again, it says Turkey Tom is the title. Tom tumbled off the turkey truck. It says, write down what you predict the poem will be about in a complete sentence. Take a picture of your work and upload here. So for this one, you're going to need to write it on a piece of paper and take a picture of it. That way we can see your neat handwriting. So your sentence could start off like, I predict this poem is going to be about, or I think blank is going to happen in this poem. It's your prediction. So you need a good prediction here. So if you want to pause the video, you can go ahead and pause it and write what you think your prediction is of the poem. Then you're going to go on to slide 3 and read the poem or listen to it. It's recorded on there for you, and you can go back and listen to it as many times as you need to. Then you have 4 slides with some questions that are similar to the test that you're going to be taking in a few days, and they're all questions that have to do with rhyme, repetition, alliteration. They might ask you what the poem's going to be about, or why the author wrote this poem, going back to author's purpose. All those questions that we have been reviewing with poetry. You're going to do a quick review today on the poem Turkey Tom. Okay, so I want you to go ahead and get started. Make sure that if you're not sure on a question, you can go back to the first slide, and it has our charts on there that we have up in the classroom as well. That might help you with those questions. So remember, the first thing you're going to do is slide 2, write down your prediction, take a picture, make sure it's clear so we can see it, and then go on, read the poem, and answer the questions, okay? See you tomorrow. Bye.